This is West Bike and Triathlon showing you how to change flat tire. We're going to do it on a rear wheel since that's a little bit more difficult. The first step is shifting to the smallest gear in the rear cassette. Here Jared's going to show you on a tri-bike, shifting to the smallest gear in the rear cassette. The reason we're doing this is just to make it a little bit easier in taking off the rear wheel. Step 2 is going to be releasing the brake. On a caliper brake system, that's pretty easy. All we're really doing is just releasing the lever on the left side of the caliper, as you can see here. On a hybrid bike like this with V-brakes, you're going to push in on the brake and then just pull the noodle out of its holder. Doing this allows the wheel to come on and off a lot easier. The next step is going to be to open the quick release and remove the wheel. So here Jared is just flipping the lever on the quick release, holding both sides and then twisting it to open it up a little bit. Then he's going to pull back. This is a horizontal dropout tri-bike, so he's going to pull it back to pull it out of its dropouts and then remove the chain from the cassette. Hopefully you can be a little bit more smooth about it than Jared is here. On a bike with vertical dropouts, you're going to release the quick release the same way, but instead you're going to push the wheel down and out of the dropouts rather than back. Now you can see Jared setting the bike down non-drive side so he doesn't damage the derailleur. The next step is to remove the tire and tube. First Jared is going to release all the air from the tire. This just makes it a little bit easier to get the tire off the rim. Then he's going to take his tire lever, starting directly opposite of the valve, and wiggle the tire lever underneath one edge of the tire. Using the leverage of the rim, he's going to pull it over top of the rim and then work it all the way around the rim until it's one side of the tire is completely off the rim. Then he's going to take the tube out of the tire and pull the valve out. The next step is to inspect the tube and tire for holes or debris so that you don't get another flat. Put the new tube on. First he's going to put a little bit of air in the old tube and then hold it up against his face until he feels air coming out against his face. Then he's going to match up the spot where the air is coming out of the tube to the tire. There, he found it. Now he's going to make sure all debris or glass or anything is out of the tire before he remounts a new tube in there. It's all good to go. So the next step is to install the new tube and remount the tire. So first Jared is going to unravel his new tube, unscrew the valve cap, and chuck it. And then he's going to open up the valve, push it a couple times to make sure it's accepting air, blow a little bit of air into it. This just helps it get out the wrinkles of the tube and go into the tire a little bit easier. Then he's going to take the valve, insert it into the hole in the rim, and then work the tube up into the tire all the way around until it's all the way inside. You're all good, Jared. Then he's going to lift the edge of the tire over top of the rim. You'll notice how he's holding it against his body a little bit there, and then working it around over the rim all the way around, making sure that the tube stays inside the tire. So slowly work it all the way around. It should go over fairly easy at first, but then as you get down to the last little bit to go over the rim, that's where it gets difficult. Jared's going to show you a little trick so you don't pinch your tube with your tire lever. So he knows that the tube is already in the tire back a little bit, so he's just going to work the tire lever back, put the tire over the tube where it was, and now he knows that the tube is in the rim here, so he's going to use the tire lever to pry the tire over the rim for that last little bit. Pull it up over and you're all mounted. Then he's going to make sure it's seated properly by making sure the tube is all the way inside the tire, all the way around. Step 7 is inflating the tire. We'll show you a couple different methods to inflate the tire. The first is with a traditional floor pump. You'll just put the head of the pump over the valve, making sure the valve is open, flip the lever there on the pump, and then using the gauge, pump it up to about 110-120 psi. Next we're going to show you how to fill the tire with a CO2 cartridge. So he's going to twist on the cartridge into the nano inflate until the pin breaks the top of the cartridge and air will rush in. Then he's going to stick it over the valve and then just back it off a little bit, twisting it backwards, and air will release into the tire. Don't worry about overinflating. A 16-gram cartridge will only fill the tube about 100 psi. So the last step is reinstalling the wheel with quick release and close the brakes. So pick his bike back up. First we'll show you with the tri-bike with the horizontal dropouts. He's going to put the chain over the cassette and then just slide the wheel into the dropouts. Making sure it's all the way in there, he's going to twist the skewer until it's somewhat tight, but not overly tight, and then flip up the quick release. And then, of course, make sure to close your brakes. On the vertical dropout road bike here, again, make sure the chain is on top of the cassette, and then slide it into the dropouts. Again, twisting the skewer, holding both sides, and then flipping up the lever for the quick release, neither too tight nor too loose. And then on our linear pull brakes, just sliding the noodle into its holder. Congratulations, Jared. You have successfully changed a flat tire. You're my hero. Thanks for watching and good luck changing your next flat tire. If you have any additional questions, feel free to stop on in. We'll be happy to help. Thanks.